Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can you all please settle down? Can you please take our seats? Right, once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure to be in this gathering witnessing the hard work that you have put through in your careers. My name is Yolokazi Kanzi, the Academic Registrar at the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. And it is indeed wonderful that you are here with your loved ones so that they can witness all the hard work and all the support that they've given you throughout your career. On behalf of the Executive Committee, that is Professor Eric Buch, the CEO, Prof. Vanessa Birch, who is the Executive Director for Education and Assessment, Mr. Jerome Davies, who is the Executive Director for Administration and Finance, and myself, the Academic Registrar, we want to welcome you, and we also want to welcome you to the lifelong journey of becoming a CMSA member. The CMSA is dedicated to promote the highest skill and efficiency in medical and dental practice, and to cultivate the highest ethical standards and professional conduct, not for pecuniary profit, but for the betterment of humanity. As you are aware that we have embarked on having regional admission ceremonies, so the Durban one is one of those, and it is the third one that we are hosting for the year. We'd just like to take you few things or few proceedings for this afternoon so that you are all aware of what is expected of you. We request that you stand for the academic procession when it enters and also when it exits. Please remain in your seats and throughout the ceremony right up until the end. We will close the doors throughout the ceremony. It is also protocol that you remain in the hall until the end so that you can be congratulated and everyone can have a turn to congratulate one another. We'll demonstrate what happens when you walk up the stage. So when you leave your seat, you take your name card, you walk up the stage, you give your name card to Professor Mgomezulu, who's going to read out your name. You stand there, you'll be photographed. You proceed. If you're a diplomate, you will not get hooded. However, if you're a fellow or a subspecialty, you will get hooded. Again, a photo will be taken. You proceed, and you'll be handshaken by the president. Another photograph will be taken. Thereafter, you receive a scroll, and then you descend the stage. Please note that for the candidates who are receiving the certificates of merit, they will receive 2 scrolls. That is the blue one and the gray one. And you will also receive your certificates. There will be a table that is going to be dedicated for those certificates. We also request that there be no standing in the passages to avoid any congestion. We also request that you continue to cooperate with the CMSA staff, and if you need any assistance, you may identify them with the t-shirts that they're wearing, and they will certainly provide you with that assistance. What has also been tradition in the last couple of years is that after the admission ceremony, we take a group photograph with the academic procession. It might need that we split the groups as we are quite a large number of candidates this afternoon. So after the ceremony, after the academic procession has exited, we request that you remain in the hall so that you would be directed in terms of how the photograph is going to be conducted. And then please return the gowns where you've been informed of where you need to return the gowns, because it is important that we receive these gowns, as there is also a next admission ceremony. We need to ensure that all the candidates have all the gowns that are required. Now it is the time for you to relax, sit back, and enjoy your moment, because this is one of those special moments in your life. Thank you.
Afternoon, everyone. Okay, let's try again. Good afternoon, everyone. Much better. I just want to explain about this yellow paper. So graduates, please make sure each and every graduate have this yellow card with you. And please make sure this yellow card is fully completed and you bring this yellow card on stage. Someone is going to take this yellow card from you before you come up on stage. We are using this yellow card for identification when we take photos. So please don't leave these yellow cards on your chairs. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. May we please all rise for the procession.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. May you please be seated. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Durban admission ceremony of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. I'm Professor Koto. I'm the president of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. And I'm honored to be joined this afternoon on stage by Ms. Nomagugu Smelani, the KwaZulu member of Executive Council, the MEC for Health, who will offer a message of congratulations to our candidates. I also want to acknowledge Dr. Tebogo Muji, who is the DDG of District Health Services in KZN. Also, Mr. Jabulani Mdebele, who is the Chief Director of the District Health Services, and Ms. Nogutula Mbata, who is the Chief Director of the Human Resource Management Services of KwaZulu-Natal Department of Health. We are also privileged to have with us Professor Busisiwe Ngama, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor and Head of the College of Health Sciences of the University of KwaZulu-Natal, who will extend a word of welcome this afternoon. Professor Refilo Masikela, who is the Dean of the School of Clinical Medicine at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, who will also be delivering an oration this afternoon. I also want to recognize Professor Bongani Nkambule, who is the Dean of Research at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Professor Sinenguku Duma, the Dean for Teaching and Learning at the Faculty of Health Sciences of UKZN. It is also an honor to welcome Professor Koleka Mlisana, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the NHLS, and Professor Elsie Skapikas, who is Executive Manager, Academic Affairs, Research and Quality Assurance at the NHLS. I further want to extend a warm word of welcome to Dr. Mbuisi Mzukwa, who is the National Chairperson, and Dr. Daniele Bigicha, who is the Vice Chairperson of the South African Medical Association. We are honored to be joined by a representative from the academic hospitals, Dr. Bafana Msibi and Dr. Swasti Singh from Inkosi Albert Lutili Central Hospital. Dr. Amshin Mudli, Dr. Tami Maise from Victoria Mtlenge Hospital, Dr. Nhlakanipo Kumete from Grey Hospital. We also welcome Ms. Thea Jensen van Rensburg from Netcare. Professor Victor Ditlakanyani, Chairperson of the CMSA Foundation, and Dr. Itumele Molefe, who is the President of the College of Forensic Pathology of the CMSA, who will lead the CMSA pledge later this afternoon. We further extend a warm word of welcome to our senators, the university academics from our 32 constituent colleges, and CMSA executive who have joined the academic procession this afternoon. I would also like to acknowledge Mrs. Bagisha Maharaj, Ms. Raksha Mistry, Mr. Tanwe Ansari, representing Life Healthcare, whose support of the CMSA, Learned CMSA learning platform contributes meaningfully to our education mission. In addition, we extend our sincere gratitude to AOSIS, Arvape Hospital, Ad hoc Ingram, the South African Medical Research Council, Dr. and Mrs. R.D. Shuttleworth for their generous contribution to the Journal of the College of Medicine of South Africa. Most importantly, we warmly welcome our new diplomates, our new fellows, our certificates, together with your families and friends. This evening is a celebration of your dedication, your perseverance, and achievement, and we are honored indeed to share with you your success this afternoon. This afternoon marks a significant milestone in your professional journey. It is a celebration of your dedication, your hard work and achievement. We gather here this afternoon to honor your success and to welcome you into the esteemed community of medical specialists committed to excellence in healthcare. I would like to recognize the remarkable leadership that guides our college, to our executive leadership team, led by Professor Eric Buch, our CEO, Ms. Yolo Kazikanzi, the academic registrar, Professor Vanessa Besh, the Director of Education, Mr. Jerome Davis, the Director of Finance. I would like to thank them for their unwavering commitment that is vital to our collective mission as the CMSA. A heartfelt acknowledgement also goes to our elected leadership, our Senior Vice President, who is in attendance this afternoon, Professor Dan Montweni. Our Vice President is also in attendance this afternoon, Professor Megan Naidu, whose guidance and vision help steer our college forward. Furthermore, I extend a warm word of welcome to all HODs from the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Your support and collaboration are essential to advancing our shared goals as a CMSA. To the families and loved ones of our celebrants this afternoon, thank you for your support and encouragement. Without you, this achievement would not have been possible. This afternoon, we mark the beginning of a new chapter in your lives, one filled with opportunities, with responsibilities, and ongoing pursuit of excellence in medicine. As you step into the next phase, know that you are part of a vibrant community dedicated to improving health outcomes and making a difference. Once again, welcome all. It is an honor to celebrate with you this afternoon, and I look forward to the great things that we'll achieve together. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to rise as we sing the CMSA anthem. This anthem was composed by a stalwart of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa, Professor Matt House. I ask that we all stand as we sing the national anthem, the CMSA anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. At this point, I now welcome and invite our Honorable MEC. My apologies. At this time, I now invite Professor Ngama, who's the Deputy Vice Chancellor at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, to formally extend a word of welcome to all of you. Professor Ngama.
Thank you very much, Program Director, President of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa, Professor Modise Zekpoto, Senior Vice President, Professor Daniel Montwedi, and Vice President, our own UKZN, Professor Megan Naidu, CEO of CMSA, Professor Buch, members of the CMSA Senate and leadership, representatives of the KwaZulu-Natal Department of Health, the MEC of Health in the province, Ms. Nomagugu Smelane Mngadi, the head of SAMA, Dr. Mvuyisi Mzukwa, representatives from UKZN, distinguished guests, fellows, diplomats, certificates, and associates who are being admitted today, families, friends, and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you. Good afternoon, Sanbonani. I hope you had a safe travel and you are welcome to the province of KwaZulu-Natal and more specifically by the University of KwaZulu-Natal. It's my great honor to welcome all of you on behalf of the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and I bring you warm greetings from our Vice Chancellor, Professor Nana Poku, who could not be present here today. Today is a celebration of excellence, perseverance, and professional achievement. It's a day that recognizes years of rigorous study, demanding examinations, clinical service, personal sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to improving the health and well-being of others. On behalf of the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and particularly the College of Health Sciences, I extend my warmest congratulations to every associate, diplomate, fellow, and certificant who will be admitted today. Your achievements represent far more than an academic success. They signify your readiness to lead, innovate, and serve within the South Africa's health system and beyond. The CMSA has for decades played a pivotal role in ensuring the highest standards of postgraduate medical and dental education. Through its commitment to excellence, ethical practice, and professional development, the CMSA has become a cornerstone of specialist training on our continent. We are very proud to partner with the CMSA and support this institution whose values align so closely with our commitment to quality healthcare, scholarship, and social accountability. Today, we also acknowledge the important role played by mentors, supervisors, educators, healthcare teams, family members, and loved ones. No journey through specialist or postgraduate training is undertaken alone. Behind every successful candidate stands a community of support, guidance, and encouragement. As we celebrate these achievements, we are also cognizant of the challenges that you are stepping into as you become independent specialists. Challenges which many of you have already personally experienced, such as severe shortages of specialists, especially in the public health, in the public sector, the rural areas and underserved provinces, heavy clinical workloads, maldistribution of specialists, ongoing brain drain with many specialists emigrating in search of better working conditions, remuneration, and professional opportunities, persistent resource constraints, infrastructure challenges, and the quadruple burden of disease. The dual pressure of balancing high volume service delivery with academic and research requirements. We believe that these challenges, as I've said, you've already experienced and they've shaped your training journey, so you are used to them in a way, and we look forward to innovative approaches to resolving them. To our newly admitted fellows, diplomates, certificates, and associates, I encourage you to carry forward the values that have brought you to this milestone: integrity, excellence, lifelong learning, compassion, and service. You hold a unique responsibility. Every patient is looking up to you for an opportunity to heal, to be comforted, to be advocated for, and for a meaningful difference in people's lives. May you continue to serve with humility, wisdom, and dedication throughout your careers. I wish to thank the CMSA leadership and organizing committee for hosting this important ceremony and for their continued contribution to specialist training and professional development in South Africa. Once again, congratulations to all those of you who are being admitted today. May this milestone be the beginning of even greater accomplishments in service and humanity. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Professor Ngama, thank you very much for those warm words of welcome. May I invite you once again to the podium to receive this token of appreciation from us as the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great honor for me to invite Professor Refilwe Masekela, who is to deliver the oration for this afternoon's occasion. Professor Masekela is the Executive Dean of the Head of School of Medicine at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. She is a full professor of pediatric pulmonology. She's an NRF B-rated researcher and NHR Global Health Research Professor, leading work on asthma interventions in pediatric population. Her research focuses on epidemiology of asthma, equitable access to affordable medicine for people living with chronic respiratory disease, improving access to pulmonary diagnostic testing in African setting, and in designing and evaluating intervention to optimize lung health in chronic respiratory disease cohorts. She is also a faculty member at the Africa Health Research Institute, contributing to multidisciplinary research addressing respiratory health challenges in low and middle income countries. Professor Masekela is an internationally recognized as a leader in asthma research and holds several key leadership roles, including co-chair of the Global Asthma Network, the immediate past president of the Pan-Africanist African Thoracic Society. She's a member of the Global Institute for Asthma, a member of the European Respiratory Society and Global Lung Initiative. She serves on 2 World Health Organization guideline development groups and is the president of the South African Thoracic Society. Through these roles, she contributes to international guidelines development and advances asthma research and strengthens global and African respiratory health networks. She's also an associate editor of Thorax, European Respiratory Reviews, and African Journal of Thoracic and Critical Care Medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, before I invite her, just to indicate that the key focus of a research work capacity is really around strengthening mentorship. She's also a director of the Pan-African Thoracic Society Methods and Epidemiology. She's also trains healthcare professionals across Africa in research and methodologies and continues to play a central role in developing the next generation of respiratory health research. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in inviting Professor Refilwe Masekela to the podium to deliver an oration.
Thank you very much, Professor Koto, for those very kind words. It really gives me great pleasure today to be delivering the oration for today's ceremony. And I'd like to acknowledge the college for giving me this honor. Thank you very much. Firstly, I would like to really appreciate the people who joined us today, particularly from the Department of Health. I'd like to acknowledge our MEC, Mrs. Sinagugu Smelani. Thank you very much for joining us and her team. I'd also like to acknowledge the SAMA chairperson as well as the vice chairperson for joining us. And of course, Professor Zach Koto, who's the president of the CMSA, Professor Erich Buch, who's the CEO of the CMSA for the great organization of this wonderful event. And also acknowledging the contribution of Mrs. Yolokazi Kansi, who's the academic registrar, all CMSA senators and the presidium, and most importantly, I think, for the CMSA staff for really organizing this fantastic event. And I'd also like to acknowledge our colleagues from the UKZN, starting with our Vice Chancellor, Professor Boku, and also really thanking Professor Ngama, our DVC of the College of Health Sciences, for being here with us today. Also acknowledging the presence of our academic leaders and heads of departments of all the various disciplines from the University of KwaZulu-Natal. So indeed, today is a wonderful occasion. And firstly, I would like to congratulate all the graduates, all the diplomats, the fellows, as well as the certificates on your great accomplishment today. This achievement did not come easily. It came through long days and sometimes even longer nights, It came through sacrifices that were made by you and those who love you, your families, your partners, friends and colleagues who supported you along the way. So today, as we celebrate this wonderful occasion, this is not only a celebration of your academic success, but also of your resilience, your commitment, and your determination. So as I deliver my message today, I would like to anchor it around one word: perseverance. Perseverance is a word that largely describes success to me. But what is success? Is it academic achievement, which we have today? Is it having a happy family? Is it building meaningful relationships with friends and other colleagues? Is it making a difference in the life of others? Perhaps success is all of these things. Yet regardless of how we each define success, there's also one common ingredient to the word success that underpins it, that is perseverance. Life is going to inevitably present you with challenges, and I think we heard from Prof. Ngama about the current state of affairs and the situation where you've all trained. There'll always be challenges, there'll be setbacks, there'll be disappointments and even failures. The difference between people who ultimately succeed and those who do not is not often due to talent or intelligence, although it helps, or opportunity. It is actually the willingness to keep going when things become very difficult. One inspiring example of this is, say, Alexander Fleming. You've had many exams, so I'm not going to test you about who that is. That is the man who discovered penicillin. He revolutionized medicine by making this amazing discovery of the first antibiotic. But before he had a breakthrough, he actually performed many, many experiments. He was a bacteriologist. And these experiments failed, and he produced meaningful results, but he never thought that he'd succeed. And by the way, when he discovered penicillin, it took almost 10 years before it was actually acknowledged that this is a great antibiotic that actually does have antibactericidal activity. So he went away on holiday. He had a Petri dish that he left somewhere on a table by mistake. And that Petri dish grew a mold. And that mold killed off bacteria that he'd inoculated on that. And when he came back, he saw this mold on this agar plate, and he thought, well, the bacteria did. Rather than discarding what had been a failure, a contaminated culture specimen, he became curious and observant and persistent. So what others viewed as a failure on his part became the greatest discovery in medicine and in human history. So his story should remind us all that when we persevere, that perseverance is sometimes the bridge between disappointment and success. As you graduate today, however, I also want to suggest that perseverance alone sometimes will not be enough for the future that awaits all of you. We're living through a remarkable moment in history. Around the world, power dynamics are shifting. What many of us once considered to be certainty has now changed. Long-standing alliances have shifted, and the global structures that we have shaped what we call the world order are being questioned, they're being reshaped, and in some circumstances, they're being dismantled. So for those of us who practice medicine and public health and who are scientists, these changes are not only abstract concepts, they're the realities that we're going to have to live through that will affect our daily lives. We're witnessing major funding withdrawals from both scientific research as well as important life-saving programs. For programs like the life-saving HIV/AIDS program, which has transformed many, many lives and has faced uncertainty. Perhaps in South Africa, maybe not so, but in other countries, this is a stark reality that is critical to survival of people living with these conditions. Critical disease surveillance systems, research infrastructure, work support programs, and international collaborations are really under pressure. And the resources that we assumed will always be available are no longer there to be taken for granted. So what does this mean for us as clinicians, as scientists, as healthcare providers? It means that we will have to increasingly be required to do more with less. It means that we must be more agile in how we work, create new partnerships, find new funding opportunities. It means we need to innovate and reimagine how we deliver healthcare. It means that we as teachers need to rethink how we train you as healthcare professionals, how we conduct our research, and how we will also be able to deliver equitable healthcare for all South Africans despite these constraints. So I will suggest to you that the future not only demands perseverance, but also we have to be adaptable. Nature has showed us a powerful lesson about what adaptability means. Throughout history, the life on Earth, species are often changing. If the climate, we know that there's climate change. If the environment changes, there's disruptions in the environment, there's scarcity of resources, and there's competition for survival. We know that in nature, those that survive are not always the strongest or the fastest. They're often the ones that are most capable of adapting to change. Forests, after a fire, will recover. Ecosystems will evolve if there's droughts or floods. So we also will need to see how we can modify our behaviors, create and develop new coping strategies, and find ways to thrive in an ever-changing environment. So the cycle of life teaches us that we have to adapt. Adaptation is not a sign of weakness. It's the foundation of survival and growth. The same principle should apply to us all, that we need to adapt. As you embark on the next phase of your careers, you have to remember that medicine ultimately should be centered around people. The greatest joy of practicing medicine is the privilege of making a direct impact on the lives of other people. Every consultation, every diagnosis, every procedure, every conversation we have with our patients and our families is an opportunity to make a difference. As healthcare becomes more complex, becomes more technology-driven, as our patients also become more familiar with technology, we must not lose sight of what matters most at the core of healthcare delivery. We should practice patient-centered care with the individual, not the patient, the family, not the problem, and the societal health and not disease as our North Star as we deliver healthcare. The degree that you'll all be receiving today is evidence of what you know. It's also evidence of what you've overcome. It demonstrates that you have capacity to persevere, to learn, to adapt, and to grow. These qualities will serve you well in the years ahead. There will be challenges, there will be setbacks, there will be moments where the future will remain uncertain. Yet, you should never fear uncertainty. It should always be seen as an opportunity to lead, to innovate, to create solutions that don't yet exist. That is how we advance science, that is how we advance knowledge. South Africa and Africa, and indeed the world, will need healthcare professionals like you who are resilient enough to persevere, courageous enough to innovate, and adaptable enough to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Again, I'd like to congratulate you all on your achievements, and may you continue to persevere, to rise to challenges when circumstances change, and never lose sight of the privilege that we all have and the responsibility of serving humanity through medicine. And I wish you all the success in the future, and congratulations, and may your careers be marked with purpose, compassion, excellence, and impact. Thank you very much.
Professor Masekela, thank you very much for that insightful oration. May I once again invite you to the podium to receive this token of appreciation from the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. And now, going to invite Professor Mgomezulu to come to the podium as we announce the names of diplomas, fellows, and certificates.
Mr. President, it's an honor and privilege to present to you successful, firstly, the medalists from the 2025 examinations, the diplomates, fellows, certificates, and associates of the College of Medicine of South Africa. The following are medalists who obtained outstanding results in the 2025 examinations. Diploma in Internal Medicine of the College of Physicians of South Africa, the YK CDAT Medal is awarded to Musa Mohammed Jamil Ismail. Diploma in Internal Medicine of the College of Physicians of South Africa, the YK CDAT Medal to Nikhil Luchminarain. Fellowship of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa, Part 1, the Jaime Sampson Medal awarded to Janara Pillay. Fellowship of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa, Part 2, the Jack Abelson Medal and Book Prize awarded to Khalid Musa. Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Micro, Part 2, the Coulter Medal awarded to Nitesh Brijal. Fellowship of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Part 1, the A.M. Mayas Medal awarded to Mohamed Uzair Chafari. Fellowship of the College of Radiologists of South Africa, Part 1, the Ron Polek Roa Medal awarded to Kwanele Andile Hadebe. Mr. President, I now present the following successful candidates for admission to the Diploma in Anesthetics of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa. Jared Isaac Armu. Akhilesh Sawant Bapu. Desilen Govenda. Vishen Visvanath Govenda. Ridwa Kasim Haji. Nasira Jusap. Nikita Kisten. Pakamani Emmanuel Matlala. Aphendule Siekaya Sis Mhlanga. Lindeni Bafunani Mkize. Pakamile Lucia Mkonza. Mpilo Nokwanda Stokozile Mkhwanazi. Mongezi Mkati. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Nolutando Felicia Vuyiswa Mngomezulu. Itsekeng Mujela. Nomasiko Mieni. Andile Ndlovu. Bahle Manelisi Ntokozo Ngobo. Smiso Lawrence Nikwe. Zakele Goodwin Ngumalo. Sfiso Mtokozisi Shabalala. Lungile Mary Ann Sibisi Tusi. Notando Simelani. Zoleka Cheryl Kaba. Zakele Mtokozisi Zungu. Diploma in Child Health of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Thandeka Bebeza. Amina Dean Mohammed. Mbali Dlamini. Sanelisiwe Cynthia Dlamini. Nokwanda Zandile Thandeka Dludla. Sithokoziso nontsikelelo Goso. Kamintha Govenda. Nonhlanhla Rachel Hlabisa. Re a leboga Itumeleng. Robin Lee Jacobs. Nokwanda Princess Kunene. Rashmika Lala. Mukhadi Mabunda. Tobile Magadla. Tobeko Dimpo Maweni. Thandeka Persephone Mazibuko. Bonezile Precious Mbongwe. Nontando Mchunu. Busisiwe Mkhize. Ntombinathi Vicky Mkhuzo. Yenziwe Nomusa Mcwango. Sinothile Mthethwa. Nonsindiso Lien Mtolo. Phiwa Inkosi Ndebele. Zwelisha Charles Ndlovu. Thandazile Nqandu. Lindokuhle Justice Ngwane. Gift Rudo Ngwira. Bongekile LC Nsele. Asanda Nelisiwa Nyinde. Asanda Sibusisiwe Zimakwe. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Sandrini Reddy. Nokuphila Mbali Smelani. Nompumelelo Sithabiso Vilakazi. Ntokozo Vilakazi. Diploma in HIV Management of the College of Family Physicians of South Africa, Mohammed Mikhail Abdul. Tasmia Amot. Donovan Mark Andrews. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Rahul Bagrati. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Caitlin Shadin N. Beaumont. Nokubongwa Blows. Sibonelo Lindelani Cele. Nomvuyo Lovely Tia. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Gobisa Deyi. Nkazimulo Dlamini. Ntando Cebolonkosi Dlamini. Nondumiso Talenta Wendi Dlamuka. Ayanda Dlomo. Karen Francis. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Noktula Peacemaker Hlachwayo. Simpiwe Peaceful Notolo Hlongwani. Yvonna Jakaran. Nokuzotha Notolo Notando Kumalo. Sineme Sakile Bonaventure Kubeka. Notolo Salome Lutuli. Sindiswe Nombuso Noceba Mabaso. Akil Neren Mahabir. Raul Makan. Lungelo Msawenkosi Manana. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Pindile Maise. Talente Mazibukwana. Nosibusiso Lorraine Mbele. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Asipe Mboto. Zeshun Mewalal. Mbali Qinisile Mhlongo. Sesethu Mjoki. Rebecca Nkensani Mkabe Ngemela. Memela, sorry. Lusanda Mkize. Tamsanga Fortune Minenhle Mkize. Mpumelelo Mkhosana. Sahil Maharaj. Nomthandazo Pindile Mkhwanazi. Nomsa Mngwango. Sekwanele Prosperity Mngomezulu. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Refilwe Precious Mukwena. Samantha Moodley. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Alicia Munsami. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Lindeni Immaculate Mkati. Atini Mkolocha. Nontokozo Msani. Jabulo Mfundo Mthembu. Nonsindiso Lien Mtolo. Talia Kamel Munsami. Keshini Munthri. Siko Mlinwa. Sindiswa Mary Angel Kapai. Nkosinathi Ndebele. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Nonhlazeko Ndlovu. Nqobile Lindokuhle Ndlovu. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Helena Petronella Nell. Nonhlanhla Nombuso Nkomo. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Ayanda Nkosi. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Makosazane Princess Nkosi. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Sinalo Aviwe Nondlebe. Tobela Ngubula. Maxwell Nduduzo Nchangas. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Zuzile Nondumiso Ntuli. Nazo Notando Ngumalo. Zukiswa Pamba. Nerisha Pillay. Sarina Pillay. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Kombisa Kodani. Tobani Mpindiseni Sangweni. Balisile Musa Sarile. Letuxolo Asimbonge Shange. Samkelisiwe Tobeka Shezi. Samkelo Shinga. Nasipi Sikau. Spindile Pearl Simamani. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Ketelo Zukiswa Ndondo Siaya. Sanele Eunice Kulu. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Sinogugu Zondi. Apelele Kalipa Zulu. Sibusisiwe Zabantwana Zulu. Lungile Tobeka Zungu. Diploma in Internal Medicine of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Omishka Hirachund. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Musa Mohammed Jamil Ismail. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Nikhil Lichminarain. Sahil Maharaj. Sonal Raj Srivastava. Diploma in Mental Health of the College of Psychiatrists of South Africa, Yamkela Kambaleli. Muhammad Ejaz Khan. Thabo Lwanga. Samkelisiwe Mthetho. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Luin Kaila Thyssen. Diploma in Obstetrics of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Zinhle Zonke Kwala. Angel Ntokozo Gayani. Sibonelo Bheka Khumalo. Hlengiwe Thembelihle Makhanya. Simpiwe Makai. Lwanzo Mate. Mgcineni Simiso Mbatha. Lwazi Mbele. Fezeka Mtakani. Pearl Sinetemba Mpanza. Sindiswa Nosipho Nqobile Mpungosi. Boni Kekethelo Mthethwa. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Phumelele Thabile Mthembu. Pelelani Mkhonzeni Mtshali. Nompumelelo Nokwanda Mchangasi. Yoveka Rajkumar. Samir Sahadio. Wandile Nompilo Zama Shandu. Praiseworth Pagamani Shongwe. Sinoxolo Stephen. Mlungisi Vilagazi. Nosipho Zikali. Anele Zondi. Melissa Nondumiso Siphumelele Zulu Mbele. Diploma in Ophthalmology of the College of Ophthalmologists of South Africa, Steny Kilombo Lumeya. Diploma in Primary Emergency Care of the College of Emergency Medicine of South Africa, Ujir Baiju. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Muhammad Ahmed Sadiq Bala. Sibusiso Mpilo Bengu. Muhammad Ikram Kasim. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Michael Robert Cook. Nompumelelo Ophelia Dlamini. Sibonelo Patrick Gumede. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Jasmika Jagannath. Nishat Sharmin Kabir. Lwazi Lombo. Tobeka Linda Makubani. Jeremy Jonathan Maestri. Pagamani Mapumulo. Sandile Lepa Maseko. Sithokozile Sithethelelwe Mathenjwa. Florence Banda Matope. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Nompilo Mbata. Lwamkelo Mkhize. Sibusiso Mlambo. Malwandla Malcolm Mukansi. Sementhra Nomkosi Mwandla. Meli Alfred Ngayana. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Samkelisiwe Nolutando Ndlovu. Talent Lindoguhle Ngobo. Simangaliso Ntutuko Nombika. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Elizabeth Nsahlai. Zizile Anelisa Ntlanti. Yashin Soepradash. Stabile Sibia. Tarin Rachel Simeon Dubazan. Kenneth Cebelenkosi Sithole. Nobuzwe Valencia Twala. Mona Lisa Xolile Vezi. Mr. President, I present to you successful candidates for admission to the Fellowship of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa. Fahima Akonji. To be hooded by Sister Dr. F. Konko, Pumzile Sebenzile Konto. Precious Bulelwa Zanibe. Shivan Govinda. Achim Ngaka R. Kilautsu. Nomalungelo Mbokazi. To be hooded by Father Dr. A.Y. Musa, Khalid Musa. Msizi bukela kuye Colin Ndlovu. Nobuhle Bongeka Nkosi. To be wooded by wife Dr. A. Dube Pule, Marwala Simon Pule. Sanusha Reddy. To be hooded by a husband Dr. J. Kanji Videka Maniksha Satyapal. Sivesh Sivnarain. Fellowship of the College of Dermatologists of South Africa. Sipamandla Ayanda Mbata. Ritumetse Selepe. Sabelo Siyabonga Sibanyoni. Jacob Seth Sons. Fellowship of the College of Family Physicians of South Africa. Tutukile Nokupila Immaculata Ngoba. Sinetemba Ignatia Kumalo. Fellowship of the College of Neurologists of South Africa, awarded with Certificate of Merit, Wesley Shane Green. Celestina Kimon Solomon. Fellowship of the College of Neurosurgeons of South Africa. Fezeka Princess Nkwanyana. Fellowship of the College of Nuclear Physicians of South Africa. Mariam Patel. Fellowship of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Fukani Elliot Maringa. Mampala Matia. Mfundo Nkanyiso Ndlela. Nombuso Zamankuna Nkuna. Zinkosi Simon Nomandela. Cherissa Peter. Kisintseng Primrose Ramarumu. Janine Ruth Sigamuni. Zamajobe Sitole. Nonelwa Tamara Sotsu. Fellowship of the College of Ophthalmologists of South Africa, Masejo Madibani. Lindelani Goodenough Shelembe. Fellowship of the College of Orthopedic Surgeons of South Africa, Reshlan Govender. Fellowship of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, Tobani Njabulo Dlamini. Lungile Gcinile Gumede. Melissa Sue Jaftes Moodley. Zabesutu Tobile Koza. Asandile Matamu. Lungile Felicity Mnisi. Esther Naidu. Lindani Melusi Ngobese. Bongiwe Ngobile Sishi. Fellowship of the College of Pediatric Surgeons of South Africa, awarded with Certificate of Merit to be wooded by Father Dr. A.G. Naidu, Kanishka Naidu. Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Anatomical, Nontogozo Shandu. Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Chemical, Kagiso Muriel Masemula. Rukita Severaj. Fellowship of the College of Pathologists of South Africa, Microbiology, Nitesh Brijlal. Fellowship of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Farah Dawood. Dashan Kumar Dinedayau. Nontobeko Tembeka Jane Mapanga. Tandutolo, physician, Mieni. Shaluna Tibani. Kerry Allison White. Fellowship of the College of Plastic Surgeons of South Africa, Yonela Masonwabe Jama. Fellowship of the College of Psychiatrists of South Africa, Precious Sinegugu Dimba. To be wooded by a husband, Dr. Stembiso Skosana, Nosihle Lungelo Gumede. Tracy N. Hollander. Akifa Isaac. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Pateka Patience Ndaba. Awarded with Certificate of Merit to be hooded by husband, Dr. Y. Chang, Lisa Jane Peralta. Awarded with Certificate of Merit, Notolo Hlobisile Kwabe. awarded with Certificate of Merit, Nikita Rajkumar. Fellowship of the College of Public Health Medicine of South Africa, Videsha Naidu, awarded with Certificate of Merit. Fellowship of the College of Diagnostic Radiologists of South Africa, to be hooded by husband Dr. G. Ferreira, Lauren Nicole Kinan. Fellowship of the College of Radiation Oncologists of South Africa, Hanifa Nalunga. Louise Stephanie Walker. Fellowship of the College of Surgeons of South Africa, Sandile Buhlalu. Shirley Laya. Annika Janse van Vieren. Lusanda Koto. Nadim Nabi Bukas. Amit Partap. Raul Partap. Isabel Cherise Ramsaru. Zibele Sikiti. Mr. President, I now present successful candidates for admission to the following subspecialties. These are specialists who are now becoming super specialists. Subspecialty Certificate in Gastroenterology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, awarded with Certificate of Merit, Gillian Gaskin. for the same subspecialty to be hooded by wife Dr. S. Naker, Sean Ray Garth Temers. Subspecialty certificate in critical care of the College of Anesthetists of South Africa, Videka Maniksha Satyapal. Subspecialty certificate in gastroenterology of the College of Surgeons of South Africa, Mark Jali. Another subspecialty certificate in gastroenterology of the College of Surgeons of South Africa, Ntutuko Cosmos Ntanzi. Another one, subspecialty certificate in gastroenterology of the College of Surgeons of South Africa, Slunduguhle Sibiya. Subspecialty certificate in infectious diseases of the College of Pediatricians of South Africa, awarded with certificate of merit, Kagiso Muchankana. Subspecialty certificate in pulmonology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, to be hooded by husband, Dr. D.R. Naidu, Surusha Pillay. Subspecialty certificate in pulmonology of the College of Physicians of South Africa, Kwenza Kwenkosi Siyabonga Shangi. Subspecialty certificate in reproductive medicine of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, Sianda Mlungisi Joshua Zulu. Subspecialty certificate in urogynecology of the College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of South Africa, awarded with certificate of merit and to be hooded by husband Dr. S.G. Temers, Chantel Naker. Mr. President, now I present the following candidate as a new associate of the College of Family Physicians. These are members who are being recognized for the tremendous work and the contribution to the College of Medicine of South Africa. Dr. Michelle Robert Scott.
Thank you very much, Professor Mgomezulu. I now have the pleasure of welcoming our new diplomates, fellows, honorary fellows, and certificates to the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa community. This is indeed a time of great celebration, and I'll give our diplomates, our fellows, our certificates, the opportunity to stand up to make a big noise and acknowledge your families and your teachers at this point. If you may stand up. Thank you. You may be seated. Just a few words about the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. CMSA is a voluntary membership organization with well over 11,000 members. It is the biggest community of specialists and diplomats in South Africa. And we implore you at this point to consider seriously being part of CMSA, part of the Young Specialist Forum, which is a subsidiary of the CMSA, from which the pipeline of future leadership comes from. And I understand that your joy of completing your training at this point may be tempered by some growing challenges within the specialist training arena in South Africa. As new qualified specialists and subspecialist diplomates, you'll come across a formidable array of challenges in the public sector due to a number of reasons. But as a CMSA, we implore you not to give up, but to put your collective shoulder to the wheel, as it were. You must remember that we are the last line of defense, and without your unwavering commitment, South Africa's towering legacy in specialist training will remain in jeopardy. Our beloved country, South Africa, needs you more than ever before. The College of Medicine of South Africa will continue to advocate to protect the diplomat and specialist training services where rationing is inevitable. My plea is that despite the challenges of the healthcare situation, you remain in South Africa where your services are desperately needed. Practice specialist medicine in low or middle country setting can be quite a challenging endeavor and frustrating at times, with less than 5% of patients in South Africa or Africa having ready access to safe, affordable surgery. This is where you can have the biggest impact as an anesthetist, as a surgeon, and the same is true for all specialties that are gathered here this afternoon. I ask you at this point to continue to read, to conduct research, to grow and broaden your minds, and to share your knowledge and skills by remaining involved in teaching programs, even as unpaid honorary consultant. And finally, I ask that in a country with so much inequality and poverty and hunger, you remain humble you remain grounded and never lose your humanity at this point. I'm now going to invite the Honorable MEC to offer a message of congratulations.
Thank you very much, President of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa, Dr. Koto, Chairperson of the CMSA Board of Trustees, Dr. Litakanyane, CEO of NHLS, Professor Koleka Mlisa, Executive Manager of the Academic Affairs, Research and Quality Assurance at the NHLS, Professor Elise, National Chairperson of SAMA, Dr. Mzukwa, Deputy Vice Chancellor and Head of College of Health Sciences in KwaZulu-Natal, Professor Ngama, Dean of the School of Clinical Medicine at UKZN, Professor Masigela, Dean of Research at UKZN, Professor Kambule, Dean of Teaching and Learning at UKZN, Professor Duma. I think I have mentioned all the professors, and those that are not, I forgot to mention, please forgive me, I am acknowledging you. But most importantly, to all our esteemed medical specialists who are being admitted today, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sanibonani. How usixabene yini? Njani? I thought, you know, as I'm acknowledging everyone and yourselves, because today it's a very beautiful day where we all want to celebrate. Ngicela ukunikeza nje abazali bonke abafuna ukulilizela balilizelele wonke umuntu kade graduate namhlanje lelo thuba lelo. So we are covering everyone. Thank you so much. It is indeed a true honor and privilege for me to join you this afternoon as we gather to celebrate such an important milestone in the professional journey of our medical specialists. Today is a day of celebration, recognition, and reflection in all your many years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. I think we should also appreciate the opportunity given to us by the college, something that is not done anywhere else, where we are hooded by our siblings, by our spouses, by our parents. Let's appreciate that, and really, it's something that brought joy and tears to many of us. I would therefore also like to extend my sincere congratulations to the CMSA for the consistent and commendable work that it continues to do in the strengthening specialist medical education and maintaining high professional standards in our country. To all our newly admitted medical specialists, fellows, diplomats, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations on this remarkable achievement in your careers. What you have achieved today is the result of many years of intense study, clinical training, sacrifice, and undying commitment to the medical profession. We appreciate you and we thank you very much for what you have done. You have had proud. I saw a few kids who were standing up when parents were here holding each other. That is a very good example and it says a lot to our families. More importantly, you have become powerful role models to young people, showing them that professional excellence is possible through discipline, perseverance, and dedication. The CMSA plays a critical role in the final recognition and certification of medical specialists in our country, ensuring that only those who meet the highest standards are formally admitted into specialist practice, and this is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also important to note that when we celebrate CMSA, we are also celebrating the public hospitals and academic training platforms that have shaped many of the specialists being admitted today, Professor Ngam. Many of the doctors that we are honoring this afternoon were trained in our public health facilities. This includes our tertiary and academic hospitals, where they learned their craft under demanding conditions, often in high-pressure environments where lives depend on their skills, resilience, and commitment. In that sense, CMSA becomes the final gateway through which excellence is recognized, refined, and formally welcomed into specialist practice across both public and private health sector. This reminds us that the production of medical specialists in South Africa is indeed a shared national effort, where public sector institutions remain the backbone of training, and CMSA provides the benchmark of excellence that validates the journey. So the CMSA continues to strengthen the pipeline of much needed specialists in South Africa, which is what Professor Koto was saying, which I will touch on later on. As government, we deeply value the partnership we continue to enjoy with the college in our shared effort to build a stronger, more responsive, and more equitable healthcare system. We must acknowledge that South Africa's history of racial segregation and inequality has had long-lasting effects on access to education, training opportunities, and professional advancement in the medical field. These historical injustices, combined with a growing population and increasing disease burden, have contributed to a significant shortage of healthcare professionals in our country. The shortage is even more pronounced when it comes to specialist practitioners who are essential for complex and advanced care. As a result, our health system continues to operate under immense pressure as we strive to meet the growing and diverse healthcare needs of our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, KwaZulu-Natal remains a predominantly rural province, and this reality presents unique challenges in ensuring equitable access to healthcare services. Our doctor-to-population ratio remains unacceptably low in many rural and deep rural communities, which places additional strain on already stretched facilities. Specialist services are still largely concentrated in urban centers and major towns, which creates a geographical imbalance in access to care. As a result, many patients from rural areas are forced to travel very long distances, often at significant personal cost and inconvenience, just to access relatively short consultations and procedures. In some cases, patients are required to leave their homes early in the morning, spend money they can ill afford on transport, and even sleep overnight in our facilities, away from their families, just to access specialized care. This is a reality that we cannot accept as normal, because rural communities deserve the same level of quality, dignity, and timely health care as those living in urban areas. This is why we have begun as a provincial government a process of reconfiguring 4 of our hospitals from districts to regional level. And these are Vryheid, Dundee, Bethesda, and Christ the King hospitals. While the implementation of this process has been delayed by certain challenges due to its sheer nature and size, its success will ultimately depend on medical specialists being willing and prepared to serve in these rural and underserved areas, and that is yourselves. But overall, it will help strengthen equitable access to specialist care across the province. As government, we remain firmly committed to addressing these deep inequalities, even as we operate under significant financial constraints. One of the major challenges we continue to face is the filling of critical posts within the health sector, while working with a limited and often constrained budget. Despite these challenges, we continue to actively engage in advocacy and lobbying efforts to secure improved funding for the health sector so that we can expand our capacity and improve service delivery. As government, we fully recognize that undoing the legacy of apartheid in healthcare delivery is a long and complex process, and I must say it looks like we have really started to go on the correct path when we see those that were being hooded and graduating today. So it is a complex process that requires sustained effort and long-term commitment. That is why we remain committed to bringing about change. As we continue to advocate for improved service delivery, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the many specialist doctors who consistently make themselves available to support public healthcare services through our outreach programs and specialist camps. Their willingness to share their time, skills, and expertise has made a meaningful and tangible difference in the lives of countless patients across the province. Through their service, many patients who would otherwise have waited for long periods are now able to access much-needed care, treatment, and procedures. Their contribution, therefore, reflects the highest values of the medical profession, including compassion, service, and a commitment to improving human life. Ladies and gentlemen, the scale of our health care challenges requires a united response that brings together both public and private sector expertise in a coordinated and purposeful manner. Therefore, I would also like to encourage both the newly qualified specialists and our colleagues in the private healthcare sector to work more closely with government in addressing existing service delivery backlogs. There are still significant challenges in several specialists where patients continue to experience long waiting times, although we are doing a lot to actually reduce those backlogs. We must collectively ensure, however, it is also important to recognize that healthcare is a shared responsibility, like I said earlier on, that requires the active participation of all stakeholders, humility, commitment, and a deep sense of purpose, knowing that your work has the power to transform lives and save lives. As I conclude, I want to emphasize that while today is a celebration of academic achievement, it is also a celebration of future impact and service to humanity. All of you are in a profession that carries great responsibility, but also immense privilege, because you will have the opportunity to save lives and restore dignity to those in need at a higher level than before. Once again, I wish to extend my sincere congratulations to all of those who've been admitted today, and I wish you every success, fulfillment, and strength as you continue your professional journey. And I want to say, Gini nonke, siyanibongela, we appreciate the work that you have done. We appreciate the work that you continue to do in our health facilities. Let us continue working together. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Honorable MEC, thank you very much for those warm words of congratulations. At this point, I'm going to again invite you to the podium to receive this token of appreciation. You do not have to declare it, MEC.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'm going to invite Dr. Molefe, who is the president of the College of Forensic Pathology, which is one of our constituent colleges in the CMSA, to take you through the CMSA pledge. Dr. Molefe, please come to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is indeed an honor to be tasked with leading this pledge. Distinguished guests, members of the stage party, newly admitted colleagues, specialists, subspecialists, diplomats, today in the presence of your peers, your families, your mentors, and this college, we affirm not only your achievement, but also the solemn responsibilities of our profession. I now invite you to all please stand for the recitation of the CMSA pledge. I will read the first paragraph of the pledge myself, but I also would like to remind you that when we use the word patient, in this pledge, we refer to both the living and the deceased patients. After I read the first paragraph, I will ask you to repeat after me. The Colleges of Medicine of South Africa is dedicated to promoting the highest degree of skill and efficiency in medical and dental practice, to cultivating the highest ethical standards and professional conduct for the betterment of humanity. Now please repeat after me. I shall always advance and uphold the core ethical values of social justice and health equity. I shall always act in the best interest of my patients and respect their autonomy, rights, and treat them with care and compassion. I shall never allow considerations of financial reward, career advancement, or reputation to compromise my judgment or care of my patients. I shall continue to advance my knowledge and skills to offer my patients the best care. I shall continue to learn and teach for the benefit of my patients, my trainees, my community, and my country. I shall respect my mentors and colleagues and readily offer them assistance and support. I undertake to support the mission of the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa and to abide by its code of conduct. Thank you all for taking this pledge. May these words guide your service, your leadership, your commitment to the highest ideals of this profession. Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. President.
Dr. Molife, thank you very much for taking our successful diplomas, fellow certificates through the pledge. May I also invite you to the podium to receive this token of appreciation from the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'm going to ask you to stand as we sing the national anthem. Thank you very much. As you remain standing, by the power vested in me on behalf of the Senate, I now dissolve the proceedings of the CMSA. I request that all the new diplomats, fellows, certificates remain in their seats for a group photograph with the CMSA and academics at this point. And I ask that we stand while the stage party leaves the hall. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Can I have the left side audience to move down the stairs on your left, please, so that the candidates can go on your right. Just follow the staff on the right-hand side. If you can move to your left, come down the side. So the diplomats, if you can just hang on for me. I need the fellows, certificates, and associates to move up once the guests go. To move up, you'll see Tepo at the back. Follow him.